Today, we are joined by Chris Peterson, who is the Chief Technology Officer at Clean Eatz. Chris, I'm so excited to chat with you today about all things Clean Eatz and technology. But before we jump in, you have a varied and storied history in the restaurant industry. Tell us more about you and what brings you to Clean Eatz.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So, as you said, my name is Chris Peterson, Chief Technology Officer of Clean Eatz. My background in the industry is everything from restaurant operations to technology. When I moved from operations to technology with different groups, I realized that tech was the driving factor in today's world with restaurants. I'm excited to bring a lot of those innovations to Clean Eatz.
Well, and let's say more about that, because when we think of restaurants, we think of food, and we don't think of technology when we think of food. And so when you say kind of technology is somewhat the backbone of these operations, how do you view that?
Absolutely. So in today's world, things are so different, right? Everyone loves going to a restaurant, loves having that customer interaction. And when that takes place, there's a lot of technology that is trying to help people get through a line quickly so they can sit and enjoy their food. But beyond that, in today's world, there's so many online ordering platforms, loyalty platforms, gift card systems, and especially with Clean Eats, we have so many different channels between in-store, our meal plans that can be ordered online or through our app, our catering systems. There's so many different channels that we have to make sure all that comes together and is a very seamless experience for our customers, but also our franchisees that are in the day-to-day operations.
So tell me again a little bit more about that. If I'm a franchisee and operating my Clean Eats Cafe, do I have to worry about all of these channels and how they're connected and how my business is running?
So quick answer is no. There's so many different moving pieces. And what we've done in the past few years is continue to centralize more and more of the systems. So your point of sale talks very well to the online ordering system, to the app. And so there's less and less places that our franchisees have to go. So we want to make it as easy as possible so they can really focus on why they became a franchisee, which is running their restaurant operations and making an impact in their community. And we want them to not be having to deal with the computer, right? And we have an entire team behind me helping to make sure everything is flowing smoothly so they can do just that with their mission in their local community.
Awesome. And tell me, one of the things that I'm most impressed about when I look at the tools available to the franchisees is the business intelligence behind the operating of the business. And, I have to be honest, it's not something that I see in a lot of different brands or franchise industry or franchise locations. And I know you are the brain behind that and really the architect on the business intelligence tools that Clean Eatz uses. Tell me more about how owners use that business intelligence tool.
Yeah, so we have a lot of different products and offerings, both from, as I mentioned, in-store cafe items, from smoothies. We have a bunch of marketplace items we've been launching that really make it easy for customers to have something, not just in the moment, but also if they're at home and they just need a quick breakfast sandwich or a frozen pizza or something like that. But we also have our meal plan, and that's kind of the best example, I think, for your question is we are changing that out every single week. We have so many different items with different proteins and veggies and carbs, and having those tools that one allow the franchisees to understand what things are selling in their community helps them prepare ahead of time. We have a lot of also made in store frozen meals and being able to stock that up so the customers in that market, if they are bigger fans of chicken versus other markets where we might see higher choices in beef and things like that, they can truly provide what's wanted by their customers. So we have a lot of different data points that we're going through regularly and providing that to the different markets. But then also beyond that, just having the loyalty systems where we can actually see, if someone is a loyalty member and they're getting meal plan, there's more frequently smoothies being ordered with it or something where we know, hey, we need to look at these additional add-ons that our customers for the franchisees are wanting. And it's all those different data points that are helping us create new menu items, create things that our customers want, and ultimately our franchisees are successful in selling.
Well, and it sounds like the key to success there is that because all of the franchisees are on the same platform, you're really able to aggregate that data to pull out the insights that then drive the business decisions.
Correct. There's a lot of franchise systems where there's a bunch of different point of sale systems, a bunch of online ordering platforms. We've really centralized everything, which allows us to make changes quickly because we're not having to touch 4 or 5 different point of sale systems and all the data is the same. So one item comes in with the same ID and we can truly see from a product mix standpoint or anything else what is flowing through the system versus a very fragmented tech stack that you do see with other groups.
And tell me, does that aggregation of data help the franchisee at the local level? What I'm thinking about is, if I'm a franchisee, how do I know if I'm doing well or not doing well in certain things?
Absolutely. So we have multiple systems beyond just the basic point of sale, but a lot of dashboards and tools where franchisees can actually see how they're doing compared to other people in the same market, how they're doing in comparison to other markets, everything from what they're doing for cafe sales versus catering sales, how their labor is being impacted versus other stores. And it's been very unique, especially at our conference, seeing franchisees, identify, hey, you actually have one of the best labor percentages in the system. What are you doing that I might be able to take back to my cafe? So it's created conversation, which is what I would consider one of the more powerful pieces is allowing the tech to create the conversations amongst the franchisees.
Awesome. And Chris, just ending on kind of a personal note, what do you love about working with Clean Eatz franchisees?
Well, obviously, on the Clean Eats piece, I love the food. Keeps me healthier. Being a tech nerd, I'd probably just eat fast food nonstop if I didn't have Clean Eats. But while we're working, from the franchisee perspective, what I've loved is compared to like other franchise restaurant groups where it's, hey, here's how much money you'll make. We want our franchisees obviously to make money, but there's also a sense of reasoning and passion behind what they're doing with the Clean Eats brand. And so the franchisees are very communicative, both on tech systems, operation systems, which has a lot of overlap. So there's a lot of feedback we get. Our FAC council is fantastic in feedback, and we have a lot of franchisees that are very willing to pilot new systems because they want to see the brand grow and have these new technologies. And so having that very collaborative franchisee to franchisor relationship has been fantastic. And it's made my job definitely a lot easier. And hopefully it's made franchisees feel heard, especially on the tech side where there's so many systems that come through their door from salespeople and things like that with a new software or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, Chris, thanks so much for joining us today and telling us more about the Clean Eats technology ecosystem.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.